we are within range of everything that's not within our limits.
All right, boys, officially episode 27 of Within Range with your boys Don Juan, Jared Suter, and the Ear God. Still, we got a fellow Midwest guy on the pod today. We've had a chance to interact with him at shows. We've seen him do his thing. We've seen him network. He's definitely in the scene.
Absolutely. He's active.
Yes. If you know, you know. He's got some dope music. He's got some dope collaborations that we're definitely going to get into. Excited to talk about that. But yeah, it continues to be active, continues to make noise, Jared. Did you just drop a track today, or was it like?
It was gonna drop today, but
Okay.
then we ended up dropping it next Friday, Black Friday instead. So.
There we
Black
go.
Friday. All right. I like it.
You heard it here.
A deal for the people.
Yeah.
Sir.
So, but yeah, Aaron, dope to have you on, man. It's an honor.
Appreciate
But
you, man.
ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the real deal, Aaron Keel.
Let's go. Appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's been a while. Finally made it happen.
Yeah, brother.
Let's go.
No, it's
In the
dope.
works.
Dope having you on, man. We wanted you to come on to not only share your story, but also bring ideas, inspiration, creativity within range to everybody. You're a well-connected guy, so
Yeah, I try.
you know. But let's get into it. I feel like, Jared, we should start with how we met.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Get
man.
into it.
So it was at the I couldn't think of the name of the
Was
place.
it
in
the
Mesa.
industry gathering? Was that?
Yeah.
Was that what the event was called? I don't know what the
I
venue
think so.
itself was called.
Basically a marijuana bar. It was like
Yeah.
the future.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the
That was
future.
wild.
Okay, we walked in and people had bongs out. There were joints out, and it's just like they had a dab bar in the back, and I'm just like, this is like, what is this? We like went into the future, but we met Deez that same night. Shout out to Deez.
Shout out D's.
I just happened to like hit him up to let him know we were coming. He ends up coming to get us, right? Jared moves us
Yeah.
to the front of the line, and then we sat
homie
in his
move.
section.
Yep.
And then Aaron showed up like not long after that.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good event.
Dude, it was
D's,
awesome.
D's put it down that event.
Henny Lago
Henny
killed.
Lago.
Yeah.
That was my first time meeting Henny, and
Oh, really?
first time actually like hearing his music live, man.
Yeah, he puts it down, dude.
Bro.
Put it down. He's got a voice.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know what I
That man
mean?
can sing.
Yeah, shout out
Super
Henny.
talented.
Yeah, everyone killed that. Everyone killed that show, man. That was a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I wanted to, obviously, like, how did you guys know Aaron? Well, that's the story. That's how we originally met him. But let's start from the beginning, man. You're a Midwest guy.
Yeah.
Born in Illinois. I know you've also talked about living in Michigan, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your upbringing. Then obviously we're going to get into how you ended up in Arizona.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, I was born in Illinois. I grew up moving around a lot from like kindergarten through like third grade. I was kind of moving around, not even third grade, till like eighth grade.
Oh, wow.
Like kindergarten, third grade, I stayed in one spot and then moved on in third grade to another spot. So mostly in Illinois, and then settled in high school in Madison, Wisconsin. So
Okay.
so I rep Madison.
Badgers?
Shout out Madtown.
Love it.
Badgers all
Right,
day, every day.
Badgers.
Packers all day, every day.
Oh,
Fair weather
that one
Bears
hurts me.
fan.
That one
Fair
hurts
weather Bears fan. So
That's tough. I'm a Niners fan, but being out here, I want to root for the Cardinals. And you can root for two NFL teams, but when they're in the same division, like it's
Yeah,
not even
it's
the same
hard.
conference,
It's
it's the same
You gotta choose
division.
one.
It's
yeah,
like
it's
you
hard.
can't do
For
it,
sure.
you know.
Definitely
So
gotta choose one.
yeah, no, it's Niner gang.
Yep.
Man. So moved around. And then at what age did you come out to Arizona?
Man, I came out here just like 5 years ago, 2017.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
I'm fresh out here.
Nice.
I wanted to come out here. I wanted to go to culinary school out here. Actually, that's what really got me interested in coming to
Okay,
Arizona.
that's cool.
And I got accepted into culinary school out here in like 2012. And I was gonna move out here with my best friend Steve. Shout out Steve. You know who you are. We grew up together. We were roommates in college even. Like,
Okay,
So
nice.
like we he's my best friend. Anyways, he was gonna go to college out here too at like the MMI.
The musical.
No, the
Is that the motor
motorcycle
one? It's okay. It's kind of
Institute.
like
Oh, the MMI
It's kind of like a
Institute.
UTI. Come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like
Yeah.
UTI. Yeah,
Okay.
he was gonna do that, and then that just kind of fell through. We both decided, hey, we weren't ready to come out here and
Yeah.
make that expense. Moving across countries
Not cheap,
not
dude.
cheap, especially when you were a college kid. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right.
So we didn't do that. But I ended up coming out here in 2017, and I've been out here now. Started a family, got a
Nice,
house.
man.
Got a house. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Man. Congratulations
Yeah,
on
so
all
that's
that. And the
nice,
family.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it took a few years, but we made it happen.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. Yes.
Shout out
Real
to
applause for that one, dude. You
Making
want to be a
moves.
chef, huh? Was it
I wanted to be a chef. Yeah.
Le Cordon Bleu? Was that the one? Or
No,
different?
no,
Okay.
it was what was Arizona Culinary Institute?
Oh, okay,
It's up
that's
in
cool. I've seen that one
Scottsdale
too.
off
Yeah,
of
okay,
Shea
yeah.
Boulevard, yeah.
Plenty of places to cook out here.
Yeah.
I still, I try to chef it up a little bit now and then,
Yeah, Chef Keel in the kitchen. I'm trying to see that, dude.
Yeah.
He's literally cooking, y'all.
I was more into it back then than I am now, but
Yeah,
I
I
can
got
still
a
chef
little
it up, you know
preoccupied
what
now.
I
I
mean?
like
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
awesome, man. Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, so obviously your passion for music started when you were younger in Illinois,
Yeah.
Wisconsin. What sparked that?
It's crazy. I have ADD, like bad sometimes. Like I can control it, with a little bit of weed here and there. You know what I mean? But,
Always helps.
But if I'm not smoking, like my mind is going all over the place. You know what I mean? Like
that.
and I don't take the pills or whatever, the Adderall or whatever, because that shit just makes me even more speedy.
No one's taking it right now.
Right. Yeah.
The
Anyways, my parents ended up getting me a drum set when I was in like 6th grade, and got my youth group pastor, who was a drummer, to teach me how to play the drums. So
That's
I took
awesome.
drums lessons from him, and that's what got me into it, and that's what got the rhythm and stuff. So
Okay.
So, and then I was in bands. I was in like a couple bands in 7th and 8th grade.
Like rock bands?
Junior
Yeah?
high. Yeah, rock bands.
What,
I was
what
in
genre of
I was
rock?
actually in a Kiss cover band.
Were you? Nice.
Did you do the
That's
costumes
awesome.
and
Facts,
everything?
I did.
Yo,
I had
we need
did the
pictures of that,
makeup,
dude.
we
Who are
did a
you?
talent
Eugene?
show. No, I was Peter Chris, the drummer.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
hold
There you
on.
go.
Yeah,
Makes
makes
sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes
So
sense.
like,
Star Child, right?
no,
it's
that's Paul Stanley. That's
Okay.
his
See,
name,
I'm fucking up.
yeah, you
I don't
fucking
know.
up, bro. But anyways, yeah, I was kind of a nerd. Rocked out with Kiss, was in a Kiss cover band. Then I was in like just like an old school like 70s 80s band. Like we played a lot of Led Zeppelin and stuff like
Okay.
that.
All right.
And,
AC/DC?
AC/DC, and then got into some Nirvana, and then got into like the heavy rock like Korn.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow,
cool.
yeah.
Nice. Hey, well, Korn they did all that, the Dem Franchise Boys mashups and collabs back in the day.
Did
So
they?
that's that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
So-
bro, there's a Korn song. So I think it was after. It's such a sounds like a big music industry thing. They're like, wow, that Linkin Park Jay-Z thing really worked out. And I think their next run at it was Korn and Dem Franchise Boys, and it's like Korn's awesome. Dem Franchise Boys is cool, but
Yeah.
I mean Linkin Park and Jay-Z are kind of on different
yeah.
levels.
That
They
Linkin
had
Park
some-
and Jay-Z.
Coming Undone
that
with
did a
It
little
was
bit,
their song.
yeah. And yeah, dude, you can't Dem Franchise Boys and nah.
Yeah, no, it's
not
not the
about
same, but that's cool, man. Okay, so you were in it early in the rock side of things too.
Yeah, on the rock side
drummer?
of things, I was in it, and then in high school, I transferred high schools freshman year, and like everybody was a fucking drummer. Like that I knew, like everybody was
Oh,
a
Tommy
fucking
Lee.
drummer. So it's like, well, I mean, and they ended up being like somewhat better than me too. So I was like, all right, like I'll admit when somebody's better than me. You know what I mean? Like back then. But ended up learning how to play the bass guitar, and then taught myself how to play regular guitar.
Okay,
I was
wow.
in some bands like that, and then when I started joining those bands, that's when like I started writing lyrics and stuff. And in high school was when I really got into writing lyrics and listening to more hip hop, expanding, because I grew up on like Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, like old.
I had a similar
old
upbringing.
rock, you know what I mean? So like I didn't really have much hip hop in my
Yeah.
life until like pretty much like high school, freshman year high school.
What was the intro? What was the one? What was it? Was it an album? Was it an artist? Was
So
it a song?
here's the thing: the first rap song I ever listened to was Coolio, "Gangsta's Paradise."
Wow,
Rest in peace.
if that's how you're gonna dip your toe, that's a pretty good start,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure. But that wasn't in high school. That was in like 6th grade and then like Slim Shady LP came out and I listened
Yeah.
to that. But I was like wasn't really in that. And then my best friend Steve showed me that Kim song by Eminem where he's like killing Kim. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, I gotta listen to more Eminem.
Yeah, that one impacted quite a few people.
yeah. So, coming from the rock in me, I kind of gravitated towards Eminem and then, because he did stuff with like Marilyn Manson and stuff like that. So that's really kind of what broke me into it. And then 8 Mile came out, and every white kid wanted to be a rapper then.
Man, I saw that movie in theater like 5 times. Drew,
Me
Drew, you
too.
came with me at least twice.
Yeah, I came to see it with you. We used to do is we used to go back to Dom's house, and this was when like I think BET Rap City was like really popular at the time, and
Yes.
he used to make us
Big
like,
Tigger in the basement.
yeah, he would look at me, he just like, all right, we're gonna rap battle. You got 30 minutes to write a rap, and then he would just completely out rap me, and I'm just like, I'm done.
Speaking of Rap City,
Marshall.
I actually got a single dropping soon, probably like in January, called Rap City.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
An ode?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
an ode kind of, yeah.
Let's
I
go.
like it.
It's
All
like
right.
the basement,
Nice.
I'll still watch those. Like I sent you like the Cameron freestyle like the other day.
The
Tigger,
Wayne one
right?
too.
Yeah, Big
Yeah.
Tigger, man, dude. He's always had, and they would be a shooting pool in there. They would be like
Yeah.
drinking, it was
Yeah,
just
it
a
was sick.
chill.
Some of those freestyles, man. They were some good ones on that. Oh, man, what's the one?
Lil
that,
Wayne's
like,
got a
really-
classic one.
Lil
I just
Wayne's,
I
that's
just
the one
sent
I was thinking of, yeah.
I
That's
sent
what you
Jared a
showed me.
Cameron run the other
Yeah, that
day,
Cameron
dude.
was cool.
Cameron is just, man, sick.
Grimy.
Oh,
That and the Tim
Ludacris,
Westwood
the
ones.
Ludacris
Yeah.
one. Right after Chicken and Beer came out,
Oh, okay.
he went up there and did a freestyle, and I just remember one line. He says something. He's like, "I still feel like a midget is hanging off my necklace."
Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
still feel like it. That's
I
amazing.
just thought that was a fire line because he brought that back.
Who would have thought he'd end up as a movie star as big as he
I
was,
know,
dude?
right?
A massive franchise. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think once Too Fast, Too Furious came out, I was like,
That was the one that
Oh,
did
dude,
it.
he
something
was-
about him. So, yeah, something about him just like really,
He was
I don't know, he was funny,
the Salt
he was
Bae guy.
charismatic.
He
Yeah,
added to
he
it.
added it. Yep.
Yeah. I think him and Paul Walker had like a really dope chemistry, and then when him and Tyrese started like going back and forth, I was like, okay, there's a cool little dynamic duo right there.
Yeah.
He wins that boat race. He's like, now who want to win their money back? Dope. So, Aaron, there's one thing I'm curious about, man. I just want to ask you kind of from the jump. You have some pretty, I would say, prominent features lately, especially, too, for some of your songs. I mean, Merkham's is a big cat out here in Arizona making noise.
Yeah.
You got Sincerely Collins on the, on a track. Sincerely Collins is an AZ legend at this point. I'm just curious, man, like, did you have, like, previous relationships, or is this you just being confident, reaching out, establishing a relationship yourself? Would you say that?
So, let me just say, shout out Merkham, shout out Collins. I appreciate everything you guys have done working with me. It was amazing. Funny thing is, I met Collins when I first moved out here because Chris Webby is a friend of mine, actually.
No, wait, what?
And yeah, he and I were actually sponsored by the same clothing line for a while.
Wow.
And so he and I did a couple shows together back in Madison. And so he came out here in 2018, and this was when I was still like on my break with music. I was like still thinking about getting back into it, but I was focused on my family, you know what I mean? I just had a baby in 2018, so so I went to the Chris Webby show out here. And he
Okay.
invited me, and I was backstage and stuff, and Collins was there.
Okay.
That's how I met Collins. He was backstage because he was doing his Yap Yap song. He was promoting that.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
And so Webby actually found him like doing a social media search or whatever, and was
Wow.
like, "Who's popping in Phoenix? Let's have him open for me or whatever." So I think that's how it worked out. At least that's the story that I remember it.
Would have been him or Futuristic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been one of them.
So
yeah.
Collins ended up performing Yap Yap and then a couple other songs, and I was just like, I saw his performance and was like, yo, I need to talk
Trying to
to
work with him.
And then we
Yeah.
ended up backstage again, or back in the green room or whatever. And that's when I started talking to Collins, and he's just like, yeah, come to the studio, let's talk, figure it out. And then like the next week I was in the studio with Collins, just chopping
That quick,
it up
huh?
with him. Yeah.
Wow.
We were just chopping it up, talking kind of like what my goals were and if I was really even trying to get back into it. But I was looking for more, since I was new out here, I was looking for a place to record for one, and then also people to record with, you know what I mean? And yeah, he and I just, had a good rapport, good conversation. And then when I was ready, I hit him up and was like, let's start making some music. And we actually did that song that released, and then another song that I haven't released yet that's coming out next.
What are you waiting for?
It's coming out next. Like
Okay,
in December,
okay.
December it's
Let's
coming
go.
out. Yeah, I held on to it for a minute because I needed a hook for it. And like we did the verses, but I just didn't have a hook for it. And I was looking for a female singer to be on the hook. And Vavrix put me on to a female singer, Khadijah.
Okay.
And shout out Vavrix. He's
Shout out Mavericks.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, one of my favorite people out in Arizona is Vavrix. So.
He stays in those videos too. I saw him in a couple
yeah,
of
he's
least.
got
2 or
that
3.
cameo in that Merkham's video.
Yes,
He does.
yes, at the
He
end
does.
there,
Beat
yeah.
the shit out of him.
Yeah. Dumped him in that tub.
Dumped him
What was
in
it?
the tub and then-
It was a training day style.
It was exactly what
That's
we
what
were
we were
going
thinking
for, was
about?
the
Yeah.
training day style, yup. And
You got a
then-
few tip of the caps I think I picked up on. We'll get into them. But.
got that, and then we got the Pulp Fiction one too with the glow of the bag and
Yep.
Merkham's face. But and then Merkham's, man, he's just on fire,
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Torching.
Like, and I
Crazy right now.
I saw him early this year is when I started seeing a lot of his stuff. Maybe end of last year, but early this year is when I really started seeing a lot of his stuff pop up, a lot of his TikToks and a lot of his Instagram.
Yeah, he's been
reels
going
and
hard.
stuff, just rapping. You know what I mean? And I was like, this guy's gonna blow up, dude. Like this guy is this guy's different.
He's got the
Yeah.
sauce.
Like,
Yeah, he
he's
does.
different. And that's when I was just like, I need to work with him, you know, because he's lyrical, super lyrical, and I've always been really lyrical too, you know, and I struggled with that fucking verse, man, trying to keep
One
up
that
with
you
him,
gotta
know
keep
what
up
I
with him,
mean?
yeah.
Guilty.
Even,
yeah,
even,
took off the high.
even
took
I
sick with
think
it.
my verse is light compared to like his verse, you know what I mean? I
both
think
go in, man.
I think I could have came a little bit better with it, but it turned out to be a great song. But I just ended up hitting him up and sent him the idea for the song, sent him the beat, and I sent him like 2 beats, sent him the idea for the song, and he's like, we're gonna go this one, and I'll record. And he sent me the verse back like 2 or 3 days later. He was out in California recording with Lazy Bone or something like that.
Dude, that's crazy.
So he
Wow.
recorded his verse in like 3 days and like sent it back to me. It was
That's
crazy.
sick.
And when did you
He
guys
was
shoot the
working.
video?
We shot the video in the end of March.
Okay.
Shot the video at the end of March.
22 or 21?
22.
22.
And then I released it in April.
Okay.
So yeah, because we released the song in April. So we shot the video like right before we released the song, and then I released the song, and then I released the video like
Nice.
a week after the video.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that. I like that.
I'm pretty sure Ear God was like, he knew about Merkham's, I think, before.
I think so. Yeah.
Right, Drew? I think you were on to him.
Yeah. So actually, when we first started the podcast, one of the ideas we were throwing out was like, how do we get some of the biggest Arizona artists, not just locally, but like, how do we, get like some of the top guys that are there? So I remember like going on a list was like top 20 AZ artists, and obviously like Futuristic was definitely number 1, and I think like Merkham's was like top 7 or something like that. And I go, who's this dude? And his name looked really cool, and then I went to go look at his music, and then the first thing I watched was I believe it was the first freestyle he did for Funkmaster Flex, and that was like, holy shit.
Killed that
I was
one.
like, I was like, okay, like this dude's legit. And then I started following him on Twitter. He followed me back like I think within 10 minutes. I was like, okay, cool. Like he already followed me back. And then it's funny because after a while we started like strategically like timing stuff of like commenting and he's always really responsive. That's like one of the cool things I like about him on social media is he's super active, but he's just as responsive when it comes to engaging with other people that comment on his stuff. So eventually got to the point where he followed me on Instagram, and then I think he followed the podcast on Instagram, and then he would just start liking some of our stuff or like start commenting back. And I think one of the times like I randomly reached out on like his Instagram live. I think that was something, it was either that or like a comment, and I was like, oh, would love to have you on the podcast. And that was when he followed us back. So in time, but it's cool just to see like the 6 degrees of separation just finally start to get closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're all just trying to promote each other, trying to support.
Just trying to
the
put Arizona
hip-hop
on,
scene.
dude.
Yeah,
That's
man.
really
Put
what it is.
Arizona
our
We
people
just
on.
need to stick together, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a lot of people talk about out here I've seen a lot of people talking about how, everybody's kind of cliquey and stuff like that. And it's like that's kind of the way it is everywhere.
Yeah.
Though, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Especially in hip hop, you know what I mean? Like everywhere I've ever lived, it's always been, there's a super cliquey kind of like high
Not
school.
everyone trying to pass the rock.
But out here, I've seen a lot more support out here than I have from even in Madison. Like I love Madison. Shout out my hometown, Madison. Y'all support the shit out of me. But I do see like there's more support out here from artists with other artists than there are from my hometown even. You know what I mean? And that's something that they struggle with out there. And I see, you know, a lot of my homies out there trying to fix that. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah. So
Before we jump into the next thing, I actually have a question for all of you guys. From going to different events and, you know, talking with obviously the different people that we've interviewed and even you two, Aaron, it seems to me that AZ artists just have a way of getting things done. Like, at least from the conversations that I've heard and seen, things actually happen. They're like, oh, I'm going to do this. Like Markham's sent you the verse 3 days later. With Sincerely Collins, it just seems like you guys clicked up and you're like, hey, I got the song I want to do. It seems like you guys get those done. I feel like there's a lot of times where artists falter is they just don't get the shit done. Like they bullshit, or they find excuses of, you know, oh, I don't have the money to do this, or like the right beats got to come about, the right producers got to hit me up, I don't want to pay for exclusives or certain things like that. It seems like there's no excuses. You know, we've actually had an episode called No Excuses. But I feel like just things get done, and I really appreciate and respect that.
yeah, I agree with you. There are, there are the people that really work hard out here, you know what I mean, and want to do this, you know, and then there's people that just do it kind of like a hobby, you know what I mean, and they take it seriously, but the people that take it more seriously are the ones that are willing to put money behind it, you know what I mean, pay another artist for a feature because they know they're worth to, you know. So it's all about how big you want to be, you know what I mean? And,
putting the work in.
Yeah, putting
That's
the work
awesome,
in. You
dude.
just got to put the work in.
I'm trying to talk about some of these other connections. Did I see that you were plugged in with Wyclef, or you were connected with Wyclef, and did you work with his sister's charity? I want to see. You got pretty deep in that.
Yeah, actually, Wyclef Jean is he's like family to me. His family is my family. His sister is my sister. Shout out Melky. She really has done a lot for me as an artist. I met them back in 2007, actually, right after I released my first album.
Okay.
And
we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we can get into that. But they really helped me a lot. They saw a star in me that I didn't even see. You know what I mean? Like,
that's cool, man.
And once I got in with them, they invited me to pretty much everything. I was invited to her wedding.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
insane. Dude.
Yeah, dude. So like, it's and yeah, dude. I met Patti LaBelle through them.
What?
Yeah, hold on. So
you want
to run through the list?
Yeah, we gotta run
really,
through that.
They really helped me.
For the people, one time we have Wyclef, Melky. We got Patti LaBelle, Twista, Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, The Game, DMX, Paul Wall, Hurricane Chris. I think is that a performance and a feature, right?
And a feature.
And a feature. Okay, that's a fire track too, dude.
You heard that one?
Yeah.
You found it on SoundCloud?
No, oh, dude.
Where'd you find it?
Dude,
We found it.
dude,
We found
on the dark web, dude. You don't even know what we're doing, dude.
You found
I'm
the
using
old
Tor
double A
browsers
stuff.
I'm doing Tor browsers
You
to
found
look
the
you up,
old
dog.
double A rap stuff before I rebranded. That's crazy, man.
Maybe, dude.
Deep dive. Some deep cuts
Maybe,
right
dude. There's some gems on there. But okay, hold on. I didn't even finish. Tech Nine, Speed Not Mobsters, Sierra, Young Buck, PD Pablo, and more. Dude,
Freak a Leak.
Freak a Leak.
Freak a Leak.
How'd
Dude,
you-
one of the
how'd you-
best
Petey
songs of all
Pablo's-
time, by the way,
You've
dude.
been on tour or performed with all those people. That's insane.
Yeah. PD Pablo is probably the worst show.
Really?
Tell us about it.
Literally, there was crickets in that bitch, dude.
No.
There was literally
Freak a Leak wasn't
got a
doing
strong
numbers.
reputation.
Probably 20 people in that whole fucking crowd for PD Pablo, and this was back in like 2009.
As you say, that should have been 2009
North
would've been
Carolina
towards-
back
that
then,
was the
yeah.
only
Yeah.
show that I ever opened for any artist there. There was like nobody there.
Oh wow.
J. Cole was the one that took North Carolina to the map. PD
Oh, okay.
Pablo tried, but
Yeah.
it just...
Was Nipsey Hussle on there too?
Oh, dude, you know what? I did see that though.
I got a
Nipsey.
picture
Yeah,
with
you got a
him.
picture with Nip,
Yeah, I'll
dude.
send it to you.
That's
Whoa.
where was that? Where that?
Hey,
go
That was
down?
in Madison with the game. It was
Hey, Drew,
the
can we
game
flash
and
that
Madison
picture
and,
on the episode?
Yeah.
If he sends it to us?
Yeah, I'll try to
Yeah,
send it
dude,
to
that'd
you.
be
Yeah,
dope.
you performed all over, dude. So you performed.
man.
I saw. So out there, I think a couple I saw. There was an Apollo, the Orpheum out there. You were out here in
The real
Club-
Apollo?
No, I think it was
No.
was it in Illinois?
Yeah, in Belvedere, Illinois.
And
The
then,
Apollo. the
and-
Orpheums in
Apollo.
Madison, the Majestics in Madison. I did a lot of shows in Madison.
Yeah, you were all over, dude. And
Did-
then out here,
did a
you
show
were
in
at
the
Club Red.
Bronx.
That's a
Club
special
Red.
spot out here,
Did
dude.
Club Red a couple
Red,
times,
bro.
yeah.
I've seen
That's
some
where,
legendary
that's where,
performances
That's where
there.
Webby was too.
Oh,
When
really?
I-
Okay.
When I met him out here, yeah.
And then what was the other one? Big Fish? Was that
I
it?
did a
Big
show at
Fish?
Big Fish.
Okay.
This
Oh.
is way back, dude.
Dude.
Was that
Way back.
08?
This was back in
08?
08, yeah. Big Fish, and then
Who would've known?
Do you remember Rocky Point Cantina?
Dude,
I
yes,
do
I
remember
do.
Rocky
Do
Point.
you remember
Yeah.
Bobby B
This is
promoting
before I
that
lived
shit? Do you
out
remember
here.
Bobby
dude,
B?
that's some Tempe.
Yeah,
that's some
this is
deep
way
Tempe
before I
shit.
Dude,
lived
that
out
is
here,
some deep.
so-
Wow, Rocky Point Cantina.
Man.
Yeah, they
Man,
got
I
shut
remember-
down. You know how
they
they
did.
got shut down?
The Bar Rescue.
bro.
I've seen that episode.
Yeah.
Seen the episode.
Yep.
They got shut down because of bar
Because
rescue.
Yeah,
of
dude.
Bar
John
Rescue,
Taffer.
because they
John
did-
Taffer.
Put the hammer down,
John
dude.
Taffer
They weren't
did-
listening to him.
Did the outside
It was sick.
patio or
It
whatever.
was so
They did
sick.
but they did it without a permit. They didn't
Oh.
get a permit to do the outside or whatever, so
The
the
damn
city shut them down.
City contractors, bro.
They would
Yeah.
pay you. They would pay college kids to promote. Like if you'd bring like 10 kids, they'd give you a little bit of money to get in or something. Too. It's pretty funny, dude. Yeah, they,
Kickbacks, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Everyone's
I got
trying to be a
I
club
got a little
promoter.
history out here from before I lived out here.
Yeah, I was gonna
We
say,
can
dude.
tell.
That's if you performed at Club Red, that's a part of Arizona
legendary.
history, dude.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
was
you hit the
wild.
Waffle House after.
I did hit the
You
Waffle
did hit the
House
Waffles?
after
Got
you.
to.
Yeah, because
Good,
that was actually my first show.
mandatory.
I'll send you some pictures from that show too.
That's wild.
Yeah, man, that's old school shit, man.
That was back in the day for
You didn't
sure.
think we know? We didn't think we
I
know about
forgot
that.
No, I didn't. I forgot about those. That's like that's how long ago it was.
What is it
man.
within range?
Yeah, for real. Big scope.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, man.
Keep going, Jared.
Dude, there was just crazy. So what else do you have? Dinner with the ambassador of Haiti? Come on.
Oh
dog.
yeah, come on.
You
That's
had-
real.
You had to go that level?
So Wyclef
Diplomatic
invited
immunity.
Me, yeah, exactly. Wyclef invited me to open for him at the University of Maryland for an MTVU show he was doing. So it was on MTV. It was like
Wow.
a performance on TV. You could probably find it.
Damn. Okay. See, that's the 0.25 goals it gets through. That's
Yeah,
what it goes
exactly.
down. Damn.
Missed that.
But anyways, he invited me there, and his uncle is the ambassador of Haiti, and so, or was, I don't know if he is anymore. This is back in 2010 that this happened, and after the show, they're just like, "Hey, we're gonna go have dinner or something." Actually, this was before the show. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna go have dinner with my uncle," and I was like, "All right." So I got in this like caravan, like we drove behind him, and then all of a sudden we end up in like Ambassador Row in Washington D.C.
Is your Uncle Drake?
And I'm just like, yeah, exactly. I'm just like seeing all these flags and shit, and we pull up to this mansion, and it's the ambassador of Haiti's house, dude. And we just went in there and had
It's like an
dinner.
intimate dinner too. So it wasn't even like
Yeah.
some large gala or
Yeah,
banquet.
no, it was a
were in the
it
man's
was like
house.
a gathering that they had. Like
Wow.
yeah, so it was really cool, and they had a ton of good food.
I bet.
Yeah, it was so good.
Damn.
Melky, Wyclef's sister, and his other sister Rose is a professional chef too. So she makes some bomb ass Haitian.
Did you get some?
show you the
took some
ropes?
tips?
Yeah.
Yeah. She always puts it on every event that we go to. She's always cooking for it.
Oof.
She's always catering it, so it's always really
What a
good. Shout out
journey.
Chef Rose.
What a journey, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned being sponsored too, but before we even go into more of that, I want to back up, even get a little more personal, dude. You have a story about being an organ donor.
Yeah.
Please tell people about that because that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a crazy experience. So to backtrack before that, so I'm adopted, right? My parents adopted me when I was 3 weeks old. And so my dad isn't like my biological dad, you know what I mean? And I've met my biological parents and I've met my biological dad, and he's super cool. But the dad that I donated my kidney to wasn't my biological dad, and he had gone through kidney failure. He was on dialysis. He was on the transplant list waiting for a transplant. And things got pretty bad for him, to the point where I was just at a doctor's appointment with him, and they were talking about like, hey, you're going to need something soon, but like most likely it's going to be a cadaver donor, like a dead person donor. But it's ideal if you could have a living donor because, you know, expectancy of life is longer.
Makes sense.
And,
Yeah.
and
Fresher the
everything.
better.
Exactly. And just sitting through the doctor explaining everything and all that, and I had no idea or thought that it would be something that I would do, you know what I mean? But I just brought it up. I was like, hey, would it be possible like for me to be a match, you know? He's like, well, it wouldn't hurt to try to find out.
Yeah, because I think it's like a given if you're like blood related. So
Yeah.
for you to have been a match for him, the
Right.
odds of that alone are kind of wild too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I just became a human pin pad for like a week. I went and got all these blood tests done and all these urine tests done, and just like I literally got stuck with so many needles, like it sucked.
We've never seen this many drugs and alcohol in one man's system and still function.
Yeah, right. But anyways, I did all that, and I was on tour at the time, and I was home visiting to do all that, and then I went back out on tour, and they called me at the end of, it was the middle of January of 2014. They called me, and they're like, hey, I'll never forget it. She was like, believe it or not, you're a match.
Wow.
And I was like, I literally was like, no shit. Like I said that to the doctor. Yeah. And they're like, so do you want to go through with it? And I was like, absolutely.
Wow.
You know, and
didn't
they're
you
like,
hesitate?
all right. No, I didn't. Because
Wow.
I once I was doing the tests, I already knew that if it was going to be like,
worked.
I'm not going to go through all that and then just be like, no.
Yeah.
On
Hey,
second
I'm a
thought, I
match,
could really use that other
yeah,
one.
I really need that other kidney, Dad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were like, hey, we're going to do it like next week then. Like they gave me literally like 5 days, pretty much, almost like less than a week to get back home and then just like get on the table and do it. So yeah, it was crazy. And
That's
it hurt
insane, man.
What a
lot.
story. Man.
Did it?
What a
It really
story.
did, huh?
Yeah. Dilaudid is a hell of a drug. I'll tell you one thing.
My dad got COVID, and I think when he had that when he had his bypass too, he said the same thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was out. I was out for 8 weeks, 10 weeks. I was out for 10 weeks. My dad was dancing in the hallways the next day.
I bet,
Like,
man.
you were
He
like
was
out,
just
out, like
I was
pretty much
yeah, I was like,
unconscious, or-
well, no,
or
no,
just,
no.
Oh,
I
just
was,
not bedridden.
yeah, I was up moving around like
Hard recovery,
the
yeah.
same night.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, but I was up and moving around that same night. They make you move around and stuff, but like I was not doing rain dances like my dad was.
Yeah,
You know what I
dang.
mean? Like, so
Dad's got that tiger blood.
yeah, for real. So yeah, it was awesome. So
Bro.
I'm glad I was able to do it.
Hey, man, it says a lot about your character, man. Yeah, absolutely. Strength, the courage to do that.
Appreciate it, man.
It's dope, man. It's awesome.
Wow.
Literally
What to say?
saved your dad's, you know, is your dad still around? Is he still with us?
So no, he actually passed away in 2017. Not due to kidney. He just he had an accident. It was kind of tragic.
Oh,
But, yeah.
sorry, man. That's awful.
Yeah, he had an accident at home, and so.
Well, man,
Kinda
hey,
sucks.
sounds like he'd be proud of you, man, with
Yeah.
everything you're doing right now.
And
The
you
grind
know,
you're
I
putting
had the crazy thing is he passed away, and then like later that year, the year that he passed away, I found out that I was having my son. You know?
Wow.
So I felt like
Wow.
that's kind of like a blessing, you know.
Yeah,
like that's
little
him, 'cause
rebirth
I
there.
always if I was gonna have a kid, I always wanted a son. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I get that.
I feel like he brought that to me.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like I got this
That's
one
awesome,
here.
man.
it's kind of cool. Yeah, and he would always, he,
That's
you
really
know,
awesome.
he would have loved being a grandpa. You know what I mean? So
Well,
Yeah.
you were a hell of a son to him, so that's awesome,
hey,
man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out, Dad. Love you.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, man. I just want to start with my favorite track. I love all your tracks, but this is my personal favorite. It's "Guilty" with Merkums.
Yeah.
I know we talked about The Boy, but the music video not only was dope, but it looked like you guys like had fun, like had like a good time. Was that the vibe?
Yeah, dude, that was the vibe. I got to give a big shout out to the director of that, Legend VFX. Follow him on Instagram, LGNDVFX. He's fucking fire.
All right.
He is probably one of the best directors that I've ever worked with in shooting a video. He just gave so much direction. You know what I mean? It wasn't. He's a director, so
What a
he wasn't
concept.
supposed to,
Yeah.
right? But it's just funny because like I'd never worked with somebody like that just knew exactly how he wanted his shot. You know, or he came with a storyboard, bro.
Wow.
Like he was
Professional.
ready.
Physical, like
Yeah.
wow,
He was
okay.
like ready with the shit. And then when Merc got there, it was funny because we had him running, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was like
it was.
100 fucking degrees.
Yeah,
that
okay,
day.
you
We
did
were
this
in the
summer, yeah.
back alley of fucking
The downtown
the
summer?
Monarch.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Monarch.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
We were in the
Okay.
back alley of the Monarch and, you know, hot garbage and shit.
Yeah,
back
no, that
there,
doesn't smell
you know
good
what
in
I mean?
downtown.
So, yeah, just it was fun. Merc had a good time, but he was just like, "Damn, I didn't know y'all were gonna have me working." So, like, yeah, we brought you to work, bro. But,
Nice,
but
man.
yeah, dude,
Dope
just
track.
just working with the director was dope. And then Merc, man, he's just a great guy. You know, I don't know if you guys have met him, but he's
No,
like,
not yet.
he's super down to earth. He's super nice. He's super approachable. You know, and yeah, he'll give his input. You know, he wanted to do something. We're like, yeah, let's do that. You know, what I mean?
Nice.
So, like, it was dope. He was just he's a professional. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
and
cool.
It was like working with a professional. Both of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, it came through too
So,
because
yeah.
that one was tight, man. That was perfect. It was
Hey,
good.
I'm hoping to win music video of the year through Arizona
voted.
Trending.
Get to tagging.
We voted.
Get to
Tag
tagging.
me on that.
Yes, sir.
We need that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Also tag within range for podcast of the year.
And the thing about that video is, it's got almost 4,000 views right now.
3.7 last time I saw.
It's 3.8 now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gone up. Yeah, I
Numbers
checked
up.
that shit.
We up.
But it's all organic. That's the best part about it. I have not run one ad on that
Nice.
video.
That's cool.
It's all through word of mouth. It's all through Merkham's fan base and the searches for him, and also Instagram just
Posting.
promoting
Yeah.
that shit. Because Google shut down my ads because of what you said with Vavrix. Shout out Vavrix. But we beat him up in the video.
And they said
They
no.
said it's inciting violent content or something
Oh,
like
man.
that.
Funny because Vavric's like
couldn't
not a
imagine.
violent man.
Not a violent man.
What a
I
man
know.
to give
That's
to
why
get
it was
banned from
awesome
Google.
that he let us shoot the second part of that video in his apartment, and he let us knock him out. Drag him
It's
into a
awesome to
bathroom.
tell.
Man.
So if you haven't seen that video, show some love on that video
dope.
because it's a really good one. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm really proud of that one for sure.
Awesome, man.
That's awesome.
What?
I'd had-
Oh, go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
I did have something I wanted to kind of get. It's more of like a creative question to expand on, working with Markham's.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of collaborations, with some of your songs, and I wanted to know, like, what's your process like when it comes to working with different people, and how do you manage those different creative minds, and how do you find times of like, hey, I have an idea, this is what I want you to input on, or hey, I don't have an idea, like, let's just come up with something.
Yeah, so it's different with every song, and just how I'm feeling too. Like if I want to work out here, it came down to it is why I worked with a lot of the artists that I worked with out here is because I came out here fresh. I'm a nobody, I'm a dope rapper. I know I am, and I just wanted to show people that, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get my name out there, and I knew if I did songs with other artists that already had a brand and had a good name out here, and we did a fucking good song, that people would gravitate towards me and then realize, hey, this guy's not fucking around. He's out here to do this, He'll
Pushes the
spend money
envelope.
on a feature if you're a good artist, you know what I mean? Like I'll pay artists for a feature, you know what I mean?
Sometimes
Not gonna
paying
pay
the
all artists.
hey, sometimes
you know?
paying the bag is
Yeah.
worth it though.
Well, I'd say
But
mission
yeah,
accomplished
that's the
on
thing
that
about
goal.
it is I'm about my business. Like, I
can
pay
tell.
for my shit.
Yeah, you can
You
tell.
know what I mean? So,
Good business.
when it comes down to doing songs like Merkham's, I just knew that I needed to do a song with him. So it was like I
made it happen.
basically gave him free reign of that song. I was like, here's the beat, here's my concept for it.
Yeah.
Do your verse and send it back to me, and let's do it.
We'll run with that.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Collins, it was kind of a mutual thing. I had the song Sentiment, and he sent it back to me, And then the second song that we did, we kind of wrote it together.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of cool. That's what I liked about working with Collins, and I want to work more with Collins because he's making beats and stuff now.
Oh,
He's
okay.
doing like full production and everything, and so like I want to do more with him.
That Noah's a banger, dude.
Noah is a banger.
Yeah.
We about to
needed
go
do
up. I
more
got
with
two
that.
like Noah. That was, but dude, I heard that was like, oh,
Yeah,
how I
and,
never heard
and
that.
the thing is, that was I'm not big on TikTok, and I need to be more big on TikTok because that could have blown up.
That one, yeah, I can see. I got two.
And I
Noah.
still think I could do some
Dude,
shit with it. You know,
it's
what I
in the
mean?
vault,
'Cause-
dude. Like,
never
yeah,
too
bring
late.
it out, dude.
Let's go.
Exactly. So that's one that I'm really proud of, especially that beat, and it's like a summer jam. It's a dancing.
Yeah,
dancing
yeah, for
song.
sure.
It's a summer jam. So
I'm gonna
the
do
new
a
one. The new one coming out with Collins though is like a vibe.
Excited to hear that.
It's a
Vibe? Okay.
vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe. You guys are gonna like that one.
Is it like that Rida music?
Oh my god.
Because that was a vibe.
That is That's my classic, bro.
Bro, that was a vibe, dude. I gravitated to it, dude.
No, that's the thing. Everybody that from when I was Double A, and if for those of you who don't know me, I used to go by Double A or Double A Raps, and then I rebranded in 2020 to Aaron Keel, just because of all the stuff that had happened with Double A and everything in the industry, the stuff that happened with it. So I kind of put Double A in the back burner and then rebranded as Aaron Keel. Anyways, Ride a Music was my classic. It was my hit.
That was the one?
Everybody requested that. That was on the radio. That was on.
It was just Coding Crazy.
Yeah, dude, that was the Coding Crazy.
It was amazing how much that blew up, and that was before streaming. You know what I mean? If I put that out now,
Yeah. So what year was that? Was that
that was
7?
2006
Wow.
when I dropped that album. I sold 1,000 physical copies out of the back of my
I
trunk.
saw that, dude.
Out of my
yeah.
trunk.
That's
I
crazy.
pressed up 1,000. I pressed up 1,000, sold 1,000 for $10 each. I even
dang.
there was a point where I was in the mall selling them in the mall. Like we bought
That's
a
some
kiosk.
Too Short shit.
Because the first show I ever did was with Twista, and we brought Twista to town.
Shout out Twista.
Shout out Twista. And we bought a kiosk in the mall, and we're selling our tickets at the kiosk in the mall.
That's awesome.
And then I was selling my CD too, and that's how I got pretty much famous in Madison, because from then on, for the anytime I go to Madison, they're like, hey, I remember when you were at the mall selling your
that's
CD
awesome.
or whatever. You
Wow.
know, like it's 15 years ago now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and people
that's
are
crazy.
still bringing that shit up. So
That's
Sick.
awesome.
it's kind of dope.
I got one. How did you get connected with G Shit? Because I only saw a couple. Maybe there was another one out there, but the two I heard were absolutely fire. How'd you guys link up? Is he a G artist? Yeah.
Yeah, G shit. Yeah, he's with Ethica, Ethica Music.
Okay.
And also MMG. He's actually Rick Ross's hype man now.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
He's on stage doing shows in Vegas at Dre's every month with him.
Damn, that's awesome.
Shout out G Shit. I met
Yeah,
G
for
Shit
sure.
through Matty Ice, actually. Matty Ice show. Shout out Matty Ice. He's a good friend of mine, and he was the first podcast I ever been on, actually. And G Shit was on his podcast, and I saw him, and I liked his music. I liked him as a person. And I was like, it was another thing where I was like, I got to do a song with this guy. I got to hit him up.
yeah.
I got to see what's up. So I hit him up, and he brought me out to LA, and we recorded in LA at 2 Miles Ahead studio with Sean 2 Miles. And we did that Clark Kent.
It's a bang, dude.
Yeah.
That song's
That's an
really
absolute
good.
banger.
And we dropped that, and then like a couple months later, well, no, like 6 months later, he hit me up and he's like, we got to do another one. I was like, all right. So we went out to LA again and recorded No Pressure, which is what just dropped.
Yeah. I love it.
That one's a good one.
Yes.
That one's a good one.
Absolutely.
I like that one
Well, and speaking of No Pressure, you also have Pressure,
a lot. Yeah.
which is actually the first song I ever heard of you.
That's right.
It was Vavric's song. We actually talked, I'm pretty sure, to Vavric's about that when he was on.
Yep.
'Cause that was the song we came on. But yeah, dope track. How did that come together? Was that the first time you had met Vavric's?
That's not the first time I'd met Vavric's. I met Vavric's on an artist retreat to Sedona that
Okay.
that Joseph Bills and Era Harris were doing. Shout out Bills and Era. I got a song with Bills. But
Acting different.
yeah, it's a good one too.
Yo, Drew.
But first time I ever met him, I went to Sedona for this weekend trip up for artists that my homies were putting on, and we went up there, and that's how I met Vavric's.
Nice.
And we did a show up there together. That was the day after I did Clark Kent.
Oh, wow.
Literally
Okay.
the day after. I went to LA, and then the next day I came back and went to Sedona. So that's
What a
that's
run.
Funny. That's crazy.
Hey, you got a line in that Clark Kent song. I just have to call it out to shine a light on it. I'm just really trying to let loose on all the chickens in the coop. Aren't we all, brother?
Yeah.
That was a
Yep.
good one, man.
Yeah,
No,
I
that
like-
song's a bang.
That's a good one, yeah, for sure. But Vavric's, man, he's just a genuine person.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
he is probably one of the most genuine people that I've ever met, and you can tell that he's an old soul too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he works with kids, and you know he's just a good person. You know?
Yeah.
And so after we met, I really liked his music, and I kept finding myself singing his songs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then
I've
listening to his
been grinding.
and it's in your head, can float.
Yeah.
And so I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, I got this idea for a song. It's called Pressure." And I had the song written already. I had the beat and had the verse and everything. And I was like, I need you. Basically, I was like, I hear your voice on it. It's all I hear is on the hook. And originally, I just wanted him for the hook. I was like, hey, here it is. Like, if you like it, fuck with it. If not, it's whatever. And he's just like, all right, can I do more? And I was like, hell yeah, man, do your thing. Free reign, basically. And that's how it came about. He did his fucking thing. He did his fucking thing on that song. So, yeah, man, shout out Mavericks. I appreciate you for everything. You're like a brother to me. Much love, man.
Mavericks, friend of the pod for sure.
Definitely.
We've had him on twice now.
First repeat guest. History.
Yeah.
He's the voice on the intro.
Yep.
Yeah, that was him.
Yep.
I was wondering if you noticed that.
I definitely noticed that. Yeah, so he's a good person.
Yeah.
And good friend, and I look forward to working more with him.
Oh, yeah.
We do too.
Hell yeah.
What do you want, Dom? What you thinking?
Drew,
Dude, okay, so
Jared,
let's go back
some-
to Double A, dude, because we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about our man Hurricane Chris,
Shit, I
dude.
might have to-
For
That
those
was
that don't know,
A-Bay-Bay, right?
A-Bay-Bay.
A-Bay-Bay.
Some think that it's short for Hey Baby. That would be incorrect. That would be DJ Hollywood Baby.
Uh-huh.
And so he's saying, "Hey Baby, turn it up."
Yep.
Within range
If you
facts.
didn't know, you know.
Within range
Hey,
facts.
baby.
Yeah, that's sick. So, how did that come to be? That song's an absolute bang, dude. I felt like my T-shirt immediately started getting larger and longer. My jeans got like a size bigger. A St. Louis Cardinals fitted just appeared on my head when I heard that, dude. It was an experience.
Hell yeah, man. I met him at Wyclef's New Year's party.
Wyclef again.
Yeah, dude.
All roads lead to Wyclef.
Honestly,
The
bro.
hips don't lie, dude.
Honestly, bro, anything that I've done in the industry is because of him, and I'm not like, sucking up to him or
Listen,
anything like that. But
Wyclef
it's
is
for
a
real.
legend.
He's
Yeah, I
a
don't think
fucking-
anyone
like-
faults you for that.
legend, bro.
You know what I mean?
He's a
Legend.
fucking legend.
He worked with Lauryn Hill. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Anyways, he was at Wyclef's New Year's party in New York. So Wyclef performed in Times Square in New York.
Okay.
This was 2008. This was New Year's 2008. Maybe it was New Year's 2009. Anyways, it was 2009. New Year's 2009, and I went out to New York and was on stage, like on the side of the stage in Times Square on the stage where Clef was performing.
Wow.
And then after the performance, they just shuttled us all out, right? And then we took a limo or whatever, one of those big SUVs or whatever,
Yep.
to Wyclef's house in New Jersey for the after party.
Damn.
And they wouldn't want me to call it a house. They would say it's his estate.
Oh, okay. That's
So-
like when, hey, nice
Acres.
boat. It's a yacht.
Yeah, exactly. So we went to Wyclef's estate in New Jersey, and bro, he had a dance floor over the pool. Like he had he had his
That's
pool
so sick.
covered with a dance floor, bro. It was dope. And then he had like his movie theater open for everybody.
How many
He had, like-
bedrooms we talking?
so the whole house wasn't open. So we didn't get to go through.
So you
the
don't
whole
even
house.
really
He had,
know
like,
how
It's
many
measured in wings. It's not
Bro,
bedrooms. It's
when we
wings.
pulled up,
3
it
wings.
was huge. It was huge, dude. But anyways, yeah, dude, we were partying there, and Wendy Day was there.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
And,
Okay.
Shout out to Wendy Day.
Yeah, shout out Wendy Day. She would not let me take a picture with her. She was not about that at all.
She ain't about it.
But
Hurricane Chris.
Hurricane Chris was there. He performed, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I went up to him afterwards, and I was like,
After
hey.
A-Bay-Bay, you went up to him?
Yeah, yep.
Let's go.
He
Dude, that's
performed. I
incredible.
went up and said what's up to him, and we talked, and then I got his information. This was back when we just got phone numbers, because there was no social media in 2009. Well, there was.
You guys
MySpace.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
MySpace.
So I got his information, got his number, and then like a month later, I hit him up and sent him that, and he sent it back. And
Legend, man.
the funny thing is, I didn't have to pay him a dime.
Wow.
What?
It's fucking awesome.
That's incredible.
Yeah, dude, I got
what?
that shit for free.
And he was popping right then too.
And he was popping. Then.
Big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, the
so
beads and everything. I can see the little
that
kid on the
song-
train
that
tracks,
song-
dude.
Yeah.
That
The
song
video.
was good, man. That song was really good. I
Yeah.
like that song.
That was awesome. I actually,
He was
I
just
would-
on the hook on it, but
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
it
no.
was
Yeah.
good.
But
it was good.
it was awesome. Yeah. I think free Hurricane Chris too. Right. I think I saw.
I think he's locked up.
They got him. Yeah.
Got him for something.
Free Hurricane Chris.
For Hurricane Chris. Shout out Hurricane Chris.
Get him on the
Much
pod
love, brother.
when he gets out.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, before two dug him from. Other one off that project, Hold On, featuring Cinema. I think is that
Yeah,
dude?
Cinema,
That
she's a
another
female
hook
singer.
that gets killed.
Yeah, she's a female singer. Where's she from? She's from like Vermont. No, Connecticut. She's from the East Coast.
Okay.
Met her. I think she made that beat too. I think she made the beat too.
Wow.
This is so long ago, man. Damn, you're bringing up some old shit. Yeah, man.
I was
We
picturing
feel
it had
that,
a dope.
that song is a really good song too. Yeah, hold on. She
It had
killed
like a
that.
dope, and I feel like there was like a lot of. It has like that motivational kind of like the beat and melody too. It's like very motivational. The lyrics are motivational. I feel like that was like coming up at that time too. There was
Yeah.
definitely part of that. It fit well, so I was like,
Yeah.
I was picturing that in that era too. It was perfect.
Yep. I think that was one that I never actually got to release because that was going to be on the Convict album that I was going to do. But then I got dropped by Convict and couldn't release it.
Okay.
So I only got a couple things because I had excuse me, damn, that beer.
Because
Because I had paid for some of the production on my own, and then so I got to keep the rights to those songs.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay. Wait. So Convict, you're on Convict? That's Akon?
Yeah. So
Wow.
Clef got me with Akon, and I toured with them. I was just with them for a touring and distribution deal. So basically,
Okay.
all the shows that I did was basically through them.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I would do like 10 to 12 shows a month with them.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
wow.
You're working.
Yeah. So I would do like 10 to 12 shows a month with them. They would just hit me up and be like, "Hey, we got a show out here, got a show out there.
Wow.
Got a leg. We need you to hop on this leg with us." So I would do that, and yeah, I was in the process of recording an album with them to be distributed through them. That's when I donated my kidney. I was on tour with them.
Oh,
donated
wow,
my
okay.
kidney. And
Damn.
then it took me 10
You
weeks.
gave up a lot,
Took
not
me-
just the
Took
kidney.
me
Yeah,
10
no
weeks to
doubt.
recover, and like at first they were all good with it because I knew what I was doing. But then after 10 weeks, I was ready to come back, and basically like there was a lot of money that I lost them in like merch that could have been sold and stuff like that. So it was
Wow.
kind of like they weren't ready to
Mend that fence
yeah,
just
we
yet. and I
parted,
get
we
that.
parted ways. It was a business thing, you know what I mean? I still got love for them.
Yeah,
No doubt.
no,
You
that's
know?
awesome, man. I think
T-Pain's my boy.
T-Pain, dude.
So what year was your distribution deal?
That
Or
was
what year was like that?
So I was with them I was touring and doing shows with them. I signed with them in 2009, started doing shows with them in 2010, and then I did shows with them up until 2014, and then I was supposed to release in 2014 or 15.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you
I
do?
had like
did you?
I had like half an album done. Wow. Maybe
Did you
even
do
more
any
than that.
shows with Colby O'Donis?
I did not.
I don't know if you guys
Not
know
that I
who is.
remember.
I don't think I know who that is.
No, he was like one of the only singers on Convict like that wasn't like a rapper, wasn't like a T-Pain style. And then he was actually featured on Lady Gaga's first single Just Dance with
Really?
Akon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
I think
I
he
may
got
have
dropped.
met him in passing, but like I don't the name doesn't sound familiar to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Drew dropping bombs, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
For real.
No doubt.
Well, I liked his music.
See, that would have been
during,
me.
like the 2008,
You know what I
2009
mean? Like if
era.
I would have
Yeah.
stuck with them, like my shit I probably would have ended up on a Lady Gaga song or something. You know what I mean?
See, and it's artists like that. Like we would love to have on the podcast. Like,
Yeah.
when's the last time he's done an interview or
Right.
you know? So it's unique artists, man. Like Aaron Keel over here.
Hey.
You know, getting them on.
It's just a story, man. You
Yeah.
know, it's a life, it's a story.
Crazy
I'm just
one.
of many. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
try to tell it with wisdom and put it in lyrics that people can vibe with. You know what I mean?
Okay, another one that was a tip of the cap, I think. I think it's Snapback Shawty.
Oh my
is that,
God.
Is that a nod to Short Bus Shorty? Is that what
That's
that
it.
was based on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Good call,
Snapback
Jared.
Shorty.
Nice.
That was with Scooter Chose from Twista's team, GMG. Shout out Twista. Shout out Scooter Chose. Chicago based.
Okay.
Went out to the Chi-Town, recorded with him.
What studio?
It was at his house. It was at like
Really?
a house studio.
Nice,
Yeah, it was at a house studio. I didn't like the way my vocals sounded when I recorded there, so I went back and recorded at my studio in Madison, and that's where it came out.
Nice.
So are they
and then my guy, my homie from New York, man, he hopped on that shit, and he killed it, man. And the thing about that song is I released that song without it getting like the final mix. And now every time I listen to it, I hear how shitty the
You just
mix
wanted the final
sounds.
mix
I'm
on
like,
it.
"Oh, I shouldn't have
it was fun
fucking
though. I
released
mean,
it like
I knew it was. I had a feeling it was shorty related. And so there no one's from Phoenix there.
No one's from Phoenix.
Okay,
there, yeah,
because
so-
and I don't know who's who, so I apologize. But one of them, I think the first guy went. He goes Phoenix Snapback Thunder Damn Marley era.
Yeah.
Dude, that one got me fired up.
Yeah,
just being
that's
out here, I
Scooter.
assumed it was an Arizona artist. Okay, that was
Yeah,
Scooter.
that's
Scooter.
Scooter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's
that was cool, man.
Yeah, he's fire.
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about Ride of Music, so
Oh man,
Said I had to go
can't
deep
believe
on you, bro.
Found these things, man. Like, that's awesome, though. I love talking about this shit because that's like really those songs are the songs that really like that Madison knows me for. You know what I
That's
mean?
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
like those are the hometown bangers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I feel like that area. I mean, I'm sure there's like so much competition there. So don't hate
and
me
those
for
are
saying this, but
clearly
like,
like Midwest sounding songs.
yeah. And
too,
I was
you
gonna
know what
say,
I mean?
like, I feel like the people can carve out that like atmosphere in Minnesota too up there. Like, I feel like there's like they love that underground stuff.
they got
Yeah.
Atmosphere in
That's
Minnesota.
what, yeah, atmosphere. That's
What's
like yeah,
Atmosphere's,
atmosphere. Yeah,
record
Rhyme
team?
Sayers.
Rhyme
Rhyme
Sayers,
Sayers. Yeah, I
that's
saw
what it
him
is,
down in Tucson. He
Brother
goes down and
Ali.
shakes everyone's hand, and like
Yeah.
it's super cool.
Underappreciated. You
Slug, dude,
threw him
Slug,
on there.
very
Yeah.
underappreciated.
Yeah,
dude.
Idea and Abilities, like all them from Rhyme Sayers. They were. I fucked with Rhyme Sayers hard back
Heavy.
in the day. I seen Atmosphere a couple times.
Nice.
I saw Brother Ali a couple times.
Very cool, dude.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I never got to actually like kick it with them. There's some people that I would want to kick it with them just
They
to
would
hear
be
the
fun.
stories. You know what I mean?
Little Man. You know
Little
that one by
Man,
him?
yeah.
It's one where he writes. It's like the first verse is to his son, then he writes one to himself, and then he writes one to his
Oh,
dad.
wow.
Dude,
Mm.
that one.
That's a
That's a
big-
tearjerker.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
listen to
That's
that
a
one again.
tearjerker.
I'm gonna
Damn.
listen to that one again.
It's up
I got
there.
a song kind of like that I haven't released yet.
Really?
Yeah, I
Gotta
got one.
release 'em.
It's kind of deep. Yeah,
I
I got a
can
couple.
only
I got a
imagine.
couple.
Chamber. Just,
I got a
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I have 13, 14 songs ready to go right now, like that are getting dropped like
Sounds about an
within
album
2
length.
weeks. Yeah. That's the thing. I was thinking about that, right? And then my homie Bag of Tricks Cat, shout out Bag of Tricks Cat. He's my engineer. He does all my music. I won't let anybody touch my vocals anymore but him. Like he's a vocal god. Anyways, I was like asking him because he's like he's billboarded before, you know what I mean? Like he knows how to release music, you know what I mean? So I was like, how should I release these? Should I just put them all as an album? Because a lot of them have features, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, no, dude, just release them as singles. Once you're done releasing those, then we work on the album.
Nice. Okay.
So I just started working. I just recorded 2 songs for the album. All the other 12 or 13 songs are coming out probably by the end of February.
Nice.
Okay.
So every 2
Coming
weeks.
soon.
So I got the one coming out the 25th, and then I got the Collins song coming out, and then I got one every 2 weeks till they're done.
Dang. Okay.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's
That
awesome.
leads
And I was
into what
trying
we
to do that from
usually-
the summertime on here, but then things got held back with promotional money and stuff like that. So you know how it is. It's an independent artist struggle.
Yeah.
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 You know
It's
what I
real.
mean? So,
yeah,
It's cool, man.
that's super important too.
yeah.
I was
Actually,
gonna.
had a,
Oh, go ahead, Drew.
Actually, I had a question for you. I think you're one of the first, if I'm not mistaken, you're probably one of the only artists that we've had on this show that's been doing this for 10 plus years, but not just recording music, but actively doing shows, you know, been in label situations and things like that. What could you say is different in how you approach music to how you release music? Obviously formats, you know, have changed throughout, you know, the last 10, 15 years, but I guess what was certain things that were easier for you, you know, from like the to the late 2000s to like the 2010, 2015 to now, from the streaming era 2015 to now? What certain things have changed for you, and what certain things that you felt like were easier then or harder now that you could say?
Yeah, so the thing that I liked the most about back then is like, you know, I had a street team, you know, people would go out and hand flyers. I had college kids, you know,
Wow,
that I would
okay,
just
that's
send to
awesome.
the campus.
Hand-to-hand
'Cause
deals.
Yeah,
Madison,
dude.
Madison's
Guerrilla
a college
warfare.
town, you know what I mean, where I grew up. So University of Wisconsin's there.
Yeah.
Something that I've been wanting to do out here with the ASU kids, you know what I mean, is just go out there and be like, hey, I'll pay you to hand out these flyers and stuff like that.
They would be
Hand out-
down.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And that would be good content too, like to do that as a video. But that's what I used to do in Madison. I had a street team. I used to go out and we used to literally, like, anytime we did a show, we would just go to the bars, go to any event that was going on. We'd be out 2-3 every night.
Yeah.
You know, just promoting that shit. Now, you know, you can do that all on social media.
Yeah.
You know, there's no really face-to-face interaction with anybody anymore, and that's what kind of sucks. You know, because everybody will be like, "Oh, I think I saw you on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen one of your videos on TikTok." Back then, it was like, "Yo, you gave me this flyer to your
I was
show,"
hammered
or
and you
something,
handed this flyer to me.
or you know, I met you in the mall when
Yeah.
you were selling your tickets to the Twista show. You know, stuff like that. Like, that's real memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so that's what really was kind of different. Now it's easier for you to get your music heard for sure, you know,
YouTube.
because then
and
you'd
all
have
the,
back then you'd have to, you know, buy 15 CD burners and be burning CDs, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
every time you did a show, you'd have to burn more CDs or
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
whatever it was, or
The stack of 100 Memorex CDRs.
Yeah.
DRs.
That's right.
and then the little, you know, stickers that you would put on top with your logo or whatever on it, so it looked legit.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So it's just, yeah, man. It just sucks now with all the. Doesn't suck now, but it's just harder now with all the saturation.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
It used to be.
And also with social media, you get a lot of shitty artists that get famous on bullshit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
no
So,
shortage of that.
Yeah.
Just need one song to make it.
I
That's
know.
it.
So
I'm gonna throw a zinger in real quick, man. I just want to know, not what you think is the greatest artist all time, but if you had to give a top 5 favorite artists of all time, who would be on that list? I know you got a rock background, so I would expect maybe some music from that genre to be on there.
top 5 favorite artists.
Favorite.
Man, that one's hard.
Favorite,
I gotta go Wiz Khalifa.
really?
I love that pick.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
bro.
love Wiz.
Man, he's my go-to for whenever I'm feeling anything. I'm just like, all right, let's put on some Wiz.
Feel
You
that.
know,
Taylor
like,
Allardyce?
Yeah,
That's the one.
yeah. Eminem always too. You know, white boy, gots to. Tupac.
Okay.
For sure. I used to bump Tupac on my way to high school smoking cigarettes.
Machiavelli?
You know what I
What?
mean?
Any specific album?
That's the thing. Like, back then I just had like mixtapes that I burned myself. So it was just, I don't remember
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
Just a
album
mix
it
of
was
his
on.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
remember what album they were on. I just know that, you know.
All Eyes
And
on
then
Me is the
50
best
50
album. by the
Keep
way.
Cent-
your head up
50
underscore
Cent, Get
Ryan
Ride,
Wire.
Trying was the
Great song.
first album I listened front to back like multiple times. You know, I love that. So
Yeah.
for hip hop, those are probably my tops.
Okay, that's is that 3 or was that
3 or
was that
4.
5?
Three,
Okay,
yeah, there's
all right.
3.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rock music. I gotta go with Disturbed. I've seen
Disturbed.
Disturbed like 7
Okay.
times in concert.
For real? I've heard that's
they're
wild.
Really good.
Yeah.
And then Slipknot's a go-to also.
Is Slayer going to make an appearance here?
Slayer, man. Rain and Blood. Yeah, dude. I used to listen to some Slayer.
Where does Creed fall on your all-time?
Oh my god,
Dude.
you heard about him? He's in a mental institution.
Scott Stapp?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like, well, I don't know if it's now, but he was like had a mental break and was like walking down the highway calling 911.
I think that was a
or
few
something
years
like
ago.
that.
He actually just did
Yeah.
a Theo Vaughn.
He did?
Yeah, he went on Theo Vaughn recently. I watched it. It was
Oh,
pretty
wow.
good. Yeah.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That many pairs
Let
of
me
leather
ask you
pants
this.
on a man will
Let me
do
ask
that.
you this:
Go ahead.
was Creed a Christian band?
I would say no.
Yeah.
was a Christian
I mean,
band.
yeah, they
Yeah?
I think they considered themselves a Christian band too, right? But I mean,
I think it's just been a big topic. Like it was a hot topic.
It was
back
it?
then.
At the time?
I heard
Yeah.
this theory.
Well, if you look
yeah,
at their
it's a really
message, when you
big
look at the
take.
songs,
It's-
it makes sense. But at the
at a
time listening to
minimum-
it, I would have never been like, "This is Christian."
at a
Like,
minimum, it's rock with Christian overtones. At a minimum.
yeah.
Right. You know, POD used to say they were Christian.
Dude, I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we're talking Christian bands, dude. We got Reliant K. Dude.
Oh, I remember Reliant K.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Be My
Hey,
Escape,
my guy.
dude. The Sadie Hawkins dance in my khaki pants.
You want to know what's funny? There's a Christian rapper named Aaron Keel. K-E-L-L. Yeah,
No
bro.
way.
Bro, he's got like 50,000 monthly listeners. Like,
Does
he's
not surprise
popping.
me, dude.
Yeah.
All you gotta
That's
do
a
is
tight
accidentally
circle.
spell your name, man.
It's just, it's just funny because I've typed in my name in Spotify, like Aaron Keel, and it comes up with me and then him right below me. I'm like, I gotta check this out. Who's this dude? Then it's like, oh, Christian rap. I'm like,
That's
oh, wow,
amazing.
different.
I feel like when the music industry started changing, country was like that last holdout that still moved like physical records and stuff,
Yeah.
and like still made a ton of money for
And then
artists.
Jelly Roll came and made country good again.
Yeah, and then I feel like now it's just like Christian rocks, or Christian artist, probably the one that's just like the last holdout of maybe like doing that, dude. Those guys, I feel like I don't know. I see the numbers of some of that stuff, and it does blow your mind. You're like,
Yeah, it does.
people are really vibing to this. Dude.
You know,
Hard.
Eminem had the #1 Christian rap song on when he did that song with was it Drake? I think was it Drake?
Wait, what?
What was that?
Drake.
He did a Christian song. Eminem did just
Last
recently.
name ever, first name greatest. That track.
No.
That
it
was
was
Forever.
one just
That was with
recent.
Kanye.
I don't know if with Kanye.
That was
That's
that was Forever. That was Drake,
That was
Kanye,
Forever.
Drake and Kanye. He had on that, right?
Yeah.
Till it's over, or
Yeah,
no,
it
over.
was Eminem.
Over.
No. Over was just Drake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Either way, he had the #1 Christian rap song for like 2 weeks straight with that.
Wow.
So
That's
Eminem charted on Christian rap.
God bless you,
Yeah.
brother.
And just got nominated to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
That's
hell
pretty
yeah.
cool.
That was
Yeah.
dope. Did you see Dr. Dre's
It's cool that you
speech?
said Jelly Roll.
Yeah, Jelly Roll.
Drew's a Jelly Roll fan.
I love Jelly Roll.
Yeah, actually, so the last 2 singles that he put out, he actually played in the studio when I was down in Nashville about a year ago. Actually, it was around this time. Actually, we were in the studio with him, me and one of my clients, and he played the 2 songs that he put out, and I was like, these shits are gonna go. And sure enough, like when he put the 2 songs out, like he's just doing crazy,
Oh, he's
crazy
doing-
numbers,
Yeah.
like the
He
the
blew
arena
up
tours that he's doing
fast, too.
fast.
So my mom lives in Nashville, right outside Nashville, and
Okay.
my good friend Scatterbrains Vaughn Freetag.
That-
shout
that-
out Vaughn. You know Vaughn?
That's my homie, dog.
Dude, Vaughn's my homie, bro.
Vaughn.
DNA
No way.
Studios is the studio I used to record
Yeah.
at in Madison, right? I used to record there, and then Vaughn is Struggle Jennings' producer,
Oh,
basically.
dude. Okay, now
And-
that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so Vaughn, when they were out here with Yellow Wolf, brought me to meet Jelly Roll, Yellow Wolf, and Struggle. So I got to kick it with them all, and I rolled up a joint for Jelly Roll, and Jelly was like, "That's one of the fastest, best joints I've ever seen anybody roll." And I was like, "Well, we're about to smoke it, so tell me if it smokes good too." And we smoked and
That's
shit.
awesome.
But yeah, you know Vaughn, that's fucking crazy, dude.
So I pretty much got hooked up in the whole like country rap scene. One of my clients lives up here in Chicago, and Vaughn is his producer.
Oh,
And so once like I started working with them, I got hooked up with Scat. That's how I usually what I call him.
Yeah.
And then he introduced me to like Struggle, because Struggle came up to Chicago like 2 years ago and did a project with my client, and then we flew down to Nashville to do like a big project to get different features. So it was like Jelly Roll, Ryan Upchurch was in the studio,
Upchurch,
Struggle was in
nice.
the studio, yeah. And then so I've just like always stayed, connected with them and whatnot. But yeah, Scat's like been a really cool like mentor / good friend. He helped me get me one of my first Billboard plaques. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have
Dang.
that. So yeah, shout out
Nice,
to
bro.
Vaughn.
Yeah,
Well,
shout
we
out.
do a hand
Sick,
clap
dude.
for
Yeah,
that.
you got to get the
Yeah.
applause
Yeah.
there, Drew.
Yeah, bro. Next
Shout
time
out
you
to the
see
boy.
him, another thing is he was producing some stuff for me too, or we were planning on. He had like a pack or something for me, but then I didn't want to make music at the time, so I was just like not doing it. And now I'm trying to.
Hey,
get,
he's gotten
trying
10
to get
times
back
better.
with him.
man,
His
so
prices went
I
up too, so I'm like, shit, I should have
Price
done it
went
then. But yeah,
Hey, just
Vaughn.
mention my name. I might help you get a little deal. We'll see.
Hey, let's make something happen.
Work some out.
Don't say Drew, say the ear god.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, for real though.
Yeah.
Next time you talk to him, ask him about DNA Studios, bro.
DNA State. Okay, actually, I'll
DNA.
give him a call tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell
I'll
him you
email.
just had Aaron Keel on, aka Double A. He's used to recording. He knows
Yeah,
me. He knows
small
me.
fucking
We go
world,
way
man.
back. Yeah, for sure.
Let's go.
That's
Man.
awesome.
Crazy, man.
Boys, this has been dope.
Yeah.
Episode 27 of Within Range. Aaron, just so you know, I guess we'll let you know, you are our last guest of 2022.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
Well,
So
way to bring out the year.
yeah,
And no
man.
strong
Ride
note.
it out in style.
Exactly.
So yeah, wanted to leave you with that, man. And I mean,
I appreciate you guys having me, man. This was fun.
That's
an
what I
honor,
was
dude. I'm glad.
legit fun. You
Glad
know
to
what I
hear it,
mean?
dude.
Like,
Appreciate
brought
that.
me back down memory lane. Shit that I even forgot about. You
That's
know
what we
I mean?
do,
Like,
man.
I love it.
I'm only playing riding music on the way home for sure.
yeah,
go.
let's go. No,
go.
we just always talk about like artists that we've connected with, that we communicate with, and man, from the beginning, and really ever since we met you at that show, man, you've contacted us. You've been talking about how you want to get on. We've kept up with your career, your music, and we know you got a bright future, man. What are you working on next?
So I got a song coming out Black Friday with my homie from Madison. He lives out here now, Red the Bully. Shout out Red.
Okay.
Called Thunderstorms. It's basically about the struggle of being an artist. You know, you got that long road that you go down. You got them thoughts. Do you think about quitting? Should I quit? Should I keep going? I just want everybody to know me type stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have a story to tell type vibe. So that's coming out. And then next after that is Ride For Me with Khadijah and Sincerely Collins.
Nice.
And then every 2 weeks, like I said, every 2 weeks after in December, going to be dropping a song.
Hell yeah, man.
So got about 12 of them that I'm dropping all through February. So for the next 6 weeks, probably drop one.
Steady in our feeds. That's what we
Yeah.
like it, dude.
Yep. So
It's awesome, man.
Jared, you guys got anything for the boy?
No, man, just thank you for coming on. We're definitely going to be keeping up with you. It's been a pleasure, and we'll
Hell
definitely be having you back on. I also, just because Dom's not going to shout himself out like this, we got to get this man to bed because he's got a championship run to get started tomorrow, dude.
yeah, let's
Undefeated
go.
team.
Get that ring.
Try, man.
We
We're
got a
gonna
young
see.
Coach K in the making here, dude. Come on.
Let's go.
Phil Jackson. I guess Phil Jackson.
Phil
really.
Jackson.
Phil
would be the
Jackson.
go, but
More.
that's-
more
hey, either
accurate.
reference
Yeah.
is good with me, bro. Appreciate that.
But yeah, man. Thank you for coming on, dude. It's been a blast.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. It was awesome.
You're
Sure.
God.
You're God.
Hey, Aaron, I took a couple episode break, but I'm glad I got a chance to jump on this one to end the year strong.
Me
and
too,
It's
man.
been
Yeah.
awesome talking with you, and it's so crazy just how small the world really
It really is. It's awesome.
His mom went to our high school,
Yeah,
my high
Portage
school that we
Island's
went
crazy,
to.
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
That's
okay,
nuts.
yeah. To leave this, we find out that my mom went to high school in the town that they're
Same
they're
high school I
from, bro.
graduated from.
It's crazy.
Portage High School.
Small
Can't write
world.
this
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
dude.
so crazy, man.
Aaron, it's
So,
been real, man. Officially episode 27, boys.
let's
We're
go.
within range.
Hey, one thing. Follow me on all social media platforms at The Real Aaron Keel. I'd appreciate it. I do follow back. So
Get at him.
let's go.
Awesome, man.
Salute.
Thank you.
Standing right there, only gotta be
Hey, I tried to give you all my love, but you ain't let me give it. I tried to help when you was down to get you out your feelings. I can be that shoulder you can cry on. Help me with your steps, babe, put your blindfolds on. You told me once that you ain't want me, but thought I would move around. Girl, you foolish, giving up, ain't how my family doing now. You was targeting my heart, is shooting like a Uzi now, and you like it, I know, yeah,